Welcome to the Prep and Recoat system by Bona Chemie, a revolutionary system that will transform the way you refinish hardwood floors. For over 85 years, Bona Chemie has stood at the forefront of hardwood floor finishing technology. Our singular focus on hardwood floors and commitment to research and development is one of our primary advantages and has enabled Bona Chemie to determine the industry's evolution. Today, we lead the way to superior hardwood floor refinishing. The Bona Prep and Recoat system is designed for all site-finished urethane hardwood floors and pre-finished wood floors, including aluminum oxide, ceramic, and numerous others. The Prep system deep cleans and blends out scuffs and surface scratches rather than just covering them up, providing the ultimate surface to apply finish. Unlike sand and refinish jobs, prep and recoating is fast and easy, allowing you to complete most jobs in a single day. This means you can move on to your next job more quickly, still leaving your customers impressed with the quality of your work. You can rely on the Prep and Recoat system by Bona to assure you and your customers the ultimate in durability and beauty in hardwood floors. Let's take a look at the products and steps you'll need for the Bona Prep and Recoat system. Bona Prep, a specially formulated recoat adhesion system for all types of polyurethane finished hardwood floors. Bona Prep deep cleans, conditions, and prepares the existing finish to optimize adhesion of the new coat of finish. Bona Traffic, a technologically advanced waterborne wood floor finish that provides unsurpassed durability and beauty, outperforming any finish in the industry. Both Bona Traffic and Prep are low in VOC, volatile organic compounds, creating a healthier work environment for you and a safer home environment for your customers. You'll also need a Bona DCS buffer and vacuum system to eliminate airborne dust, conditioning pads, a Bona Micro Plus microfiber mop handle and mop head, applicator tools, masking tape, and a bucket. Check the floor for contamination in a corner of the room or a less visible area. Start off using a coin and scrape the floor to check the adhesion of old finish. If the old finish flakes or peels, the floor may be contaminated. You should also wipe a small section of the floor with mineral spirits. If a wax residue appears as a shiny glaze on the rag, the floor is contaminated. Check for chemical overspray from cleaning or other products, as this may also contaminate the floor. Do not use Bona Prep and Traffic on any floor that doesn't pass the contamination tests or that has been waxed or oiled. A full sand and refinish will be required. It is also recommended that a sample test is done in a non-visible area using both Bona Prep and Traffic to determine general compatibility prior to recoating. Be sure and inspect the floor for any damage. Look for scratches, cupping, gouges, split or loose boards, and wear through. Repair any damage prior to using Prep, and if there is wear through, the floor may need to be completely sanded and refinished. Once you've checked for contamination and repaired any damage found, you're ready to tape off the trim and any electrical outlets that may be on the floor. Remove all floor vents, making sure to label them to corresponding vent holes, and fill the openings with rags to prevent dust and finish from getting into the vent. We recommend turning off sources of airflow such as HVAC or forced air ventilation systems, refrigerator compressors, and ceiling fans to provide the least amount of dust agitation and airborne particles from settling onto the floor. Remember to block, rope, or tape off any doors or entrances to keep people off the floor. It is also a good idea to put up warning signs. Now that your work area is ready, you can get started on the prep and recoat process. First, start off by vacuuming or sweeping the floor thoroughly to remove loose dirt and grit. Spray Bona Prep over 3-foot by 24-foot sections of the floor. Follow the directions on the label and do not apply Prep too heavily. Mist the surface enough to be slightly wet and abrade it using a 175 RPM buffer and a Bona conditioning pad. This cleans the floor to ensure any foreign material is removed, as well as conditioning and preparing the old finish to optimize the adhesion of Bona Traffic. You do not need to use a vacuum during this step. After applying Bona Prep and buffing, immediately tack the floor with a clean Bona Micro Plus mop, dampen with Bona Prep to remove any dirty residue before it dries. Remember to work on 3-foot by 24-foot sections, scrubbing and tacking each section until the entire floor is completely clean, and overlap sections of the floor to ensure no areas are missed. Abrade the floor once it is dried using 2 Bona conditioning pads, one driving the other, so that the pad more effectively contours to the surface of the flooring. Beveled edges and any visibly unbraided areas that can't be reached by the buffer should be done by hand. This step will ensure the abrasion of edges next to any overwood and in the grain pattern, and optimize adhesion of the finished top coat. Use a Bona DCS vacuum system or a Bona back vac attached to your buffer to minimize dust. It is important to check the maroon pad frequently. If you notice heavy buildup or loading on the pad, the floor may be contaminated. Do not proceed with the prep process until you reassess the floor and the contaminant is identified and removed. For optimal dust pickup, use the Bona Atomic DCS system and leave no airborne dust behind. Tack the floor again to remove dust by using a Bona Micro Plus mop dampened with Bona Prep. Inspect the entire floor for trouble spots such as residues, puddles of prep, or marks that were not removed. If you notice trouble spots, do not proceed until they are cleaned up, removed, and remedied. Your goal is a very clean, dry surface, free of any contaminant, loose fibers, or small objects that can be seen in the finish. When the floor is completely dry, apply Bona Traffic waterborne finish. Make sure to shake the traffic vigorously for 30 seconds prior to adding the hardener. After 30 seconds, add the hardener to the traffic and shake the mixture vigorously for 30 to 45 seconds. Then let the product sit for 5 to 10 minutes. When pouring the finish onto the wood floor, use the strainer provided and pour a 6 to 8 inch wide line following the grain of the wood. Bona Traffic must be applied within 2 hours of Bona Prep drying. If it cannot be recoated with finish within 2 hours, stop the process before the final abrading. You must get back to abrade the floor within 24 hours. Otherwise, you will have to start the process from the beginning. Please read all Bona product directions prior to use. You should get approximately 350 to 400 square feet per gallon when applying Bona Traffic at the recommended rate. When the job is complete, you have the benefit of cleaning all of your tools and equipment with water. Educate your customers on how to care for their hardwood floors. It will not only help maintain the beauty of the floor, but it will ensure the floor's ability to receive a prep and recoat in the future. Common practices of cleaning hardwood floors with water and vinegar, or any cleaner with silicone or wax, will damage the wood and finish, causing possible adhesion failure in the future. Let them know that they can dry mop with a Micro Plus mop, or when the floors need a more thorough cleaning, mop them with a damp Micro Plus mop and Bona Swedish Formula hardwood floor cleaner. Remember to remind your customers that it's a good idea to have their floors recoated about every 2 years. You may want to mail a reminder postcard or call them when the time comes to get the repeat business. Let the Prep and Recoat system by Bona Chemi work for you. It's a proven system with unsurpassed results, providing durability and beauty for hardwood floors for years to come. Bona Chemi, bringing out the best in hardwood floors.